Okay, I don't know who did the editing for the trailer for this movie, but whoever it was, well done. Hey guys, welcome to Happywax TV. So after doing a review on the movie Rootwood, I was kind of looking for a movie that would kind of wash the bad taste out of my mouth that movie left with me. And I think I found it. I mean, I was waiting for the first time I saw the trailer for this movie, I was excited to see this. And I'll tell you, I'm going to get into it and I'm going to do my very best not to give spoilers. But whoever edited the trailer for this movie, fantastic. Because normally when I am going to talk about a movie of this nature, I would say, you know, it's better off you know nothing about the movie going into it, which is the case here. So I'm going to be very vague in my review. But I also say, you know, maybe don't even watch the trailer, just so you can't kind of guess as to what's going on. But seriously, you can watch the trailer for this movie because, I mean, talk about misdirection. I mean, wow, they fucking knew what they were doing for sure. Also, too, I just want to clear something up because I've had a few of you message me today. This movie came out in 2019. It just came out actually on the 6th, okay? Which might be today, it might be yesterday. I'm not sure when I'm going to post this. But there's two movies out with the same name that came 2019, okay? So the movie's called I See You. Now, you don't want to see this movie, okay? Because it's a pile of shit, and all they did was pump this movie out this year so they could use the same name and probably ride on the tailbacks of this movie, which is going to get seen a lot. So they're trying to probably trick people, which is the case. So don't watch this movie. This is the movie you want to see. The poster for this movie, okay, find this one. Not this one, this one, okay, all right? So anyways, the movie is called I See You. Wow, I'm not going to say a lot about it, but I will tell you who's in it. First of all, Adam Rendell directed it, and Devin Gray wrote it, who was the writer. And I'm telling you, if you want to see a well-written movie that, I mean, this movie has more twists and turns in it than a fucking yoga class. Like, it was crazy, man. Like, I had like one thought process going into this movie as to what it was going to be about after watching the trailer. And man, I could not have been any more wrong. They make this movie look like it's going to be, and again, I don't want to give spoilers because the less you know, the better. But I mean, God, honestly, if you watch the trailer, okay, and if you're thinking the same thing I am, you're thinking this is either going to be like some sort of a paranormal movie or like an alien abduction style movie, right? I'm guessing that's what you're thinking because that's what I was thinking when I saw this, the way they edited these clips together, okay? Nope. But I don't want to say any more, you know what I mean? But holy fuck, wow, I'm still thinking about this. I'm definitely going to watch this movie again. Like once it all unfolds in front of you, it makes total sense, you know what I mean? But this is definitely worth like a couple of viewings, you know what I mean? It really is that good. I don't know the budget on it, but it stars Helen Hunt. So, I mean, right off the hop, you know the acting is going to be spot on. So, basically, it's Helen Hunt, John Tenney, who's a great actor, Judah Lewis, who is fantastic, and then Owen Teague. I think that's how you say his name. You'll recognize his face right away. At least I know I did, because he was in both the new It movies. And then Libby Bear is kind of the other person in this. But, man, oh, man, I'm telling you, what a fucking amazing story. I mean, this thing, I mean, the opening act or the first act of this movie is I mean, the police detective here played by John Tenney, plays Greg Harper. I mean, he's trying to solve this mystery of these missing kids. Okay. And they think it might be a copycat killer because he's leaving clues, this new murderer or kidnapper of these children is leaving the same kind of clues that a serial killer did years and years ago that they solved the case on. But this guy's in jail. So, I mean, they have that they're dealing with. And then we also find out in the first act that Helen Hunt plays Jackie Harper. She had an affair, okay? So they're dealing with that kind of emotional stress and drama in their family. And Connor Harper, the son, is like, he's lashing out. He's very angry. you know, he's getting in fights at school, and they just lead this first act up, you know what I mean, to think, well, you know what, I don't want to say anything, because if I do, you know what I mean, like, it's just, there's 3 acts in this movie, right? Every act is a different story. That's all I'm going to say, okay? It's the same story, okay? But the first, second, and third act are different stories, and when you see it, you will understand what I mean. But if I say any more, I'm going to ruin the movie for you. Don't research this movie. Don't try and find out what it's about before you go into it, because you're just going to fucking ruin it for yourself. Take my advice. I wouldn't steer you wrong. I mean, do all the research you want afterwards, but just go into this movie knowing nothing. And the trailer, I mean, like, this whole movie is just, it leads you in misdirection. You know what I mean? Even when you find out what's going on kind of in the second act, or what you think is, I mean, when the third act, even that is like, it's just, it's wild. This is great story writing. I mean, the screenplay is awesome. The direction is fantastic. Now, I don't know the budget on this flick. I'm assuming it had a bit of a budget just because of the actors and actresses in this. Just, you know, I'm sure they didn't work on the cheap, but it's not like a mega budget movie. You know what I mean? I don't know, probably like a $10 million movie, maybe less. You know what I mean? But wow, I was super impressed with this film, simply because I thought it was going to be one style of again, horror has so many genres in it, right? I was going into it thinking it was going to be like paranormal / maybe alien abduction. No, it's not that genre. It is a horror genre, but I'm not going to say what it is. And again, I probably sound like a fool up here because I'm not really saying anything, but you can't. And anybody, like, you just can't, because I'll ruin it for you. So I'm going to keep this short. Like I said, I'm going to end it right here, okay? But just, I would not steer you wrong. If this movie was a pile of shit, I think we all know, I would fucking tell you, all right? But I will also tell you if I really do like a movie, and I really did like this movie. It surprised the hell out of me just because it fooled me. It really did. The trailer leads you down a certain path, and then it kind of takes you to this fork in the road, and it takes you on the, you know, the way you don't think you want to go, but it takes you there. And then at the end of that path, it forks out again and takes you in a completely opposite direction. Like, this movie was fucking great. It really was. To give it a rating, I would probably give this like a 7, a really strong 7. I did. I enjoyed this movie, and I will definitely watch it again just for the fact that it was so well written and the screenplay was crazy. And when it unfolds in front of you and you see what's going on in the first, second, and third act, you'd be like, huh, I didn't see that coming. I mean, some of you might guess what's going on, but for the majority of the people, I think it will fool you. And that doesn't happen a lot nowadays. I mean, movies are so, I shouldn't say all movies, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of movies out there that are dumbly written, you know what I mean? Just for the sole purpose of explaining everything to the audience. Because if a lot of viewers, if they don't get shit laid out right in front of them, they don't like the movie. That is not this movie. It keeps you guessing until it slaps you in the face and takes you in the other direction. And then it slaps you in the face again and takes you in another direction. And that's what makes this movie great. So anyways, I highly recommend this movie. If you come across it, don't go by it. It is fucking really, really good. And again, don't watch this movie, because that's not it. This movie is a piece of shit. Okay, take my word for it. You want to watch this movie. I See You with the little face on it. Okay? Let me know what you guys think of this one if you've seen it. If you haven't, please go watch it and then come back here and leave me comments, because I really want to know what you think about this one, guys. And until next time, stay scared.